Next topic we're going to have a look at is percentages. Now, percent means out of 100, so if we think about 12%, that would be 12 out of 100. Percentages are used a lot in everyday calculations, particularly when money is involved. For example, banks encourage people to save by giving interest for money left in savings account. This interest is usually given as a percentage of the amount in the bank. Okay, let's have a look at some examples then. First one, calculate 20% of 360 grams. Now, there are various different ways of doing this. I want to show you a way that's going to work for every single percentage. Some of you might have already worked out the answer to this. The numbers on this one are quite straightforward. If it was more awkward numbers, here's what we'd do. So 20% means 20 out of 100. So we're going to do 20 divided by 100 times 360. Type that into a calculator. 20 out of 100, so 20 divided by 100 times 360 is 72 grams. Next one, we're doing 35%, 4,800. 35% means 35 out of 100, so 35 divided by 100 times 4,800. Comes out at £1,680. Okay, so we can work out any percentage that way at all. We always take the percentage, divide by 100, times by the number. Okay, let's have a look at this one. A company produces 2,500 crates of products. During peak season, they increase production by 8%. How many more is this? So we want to find 8% of 2,500. Percent doesn't change just because we were asked to work out a question rather than just a percentage. It still means out of 100. So we are still doing 8 divided by 100 times 2,500. Which is 200. So it would increase by 200 crates. Okay, next one then. HR reported that staff absences for the year totalled 490 days. 6% of these were due to dentist appointments. How many days absence were due to dentist appointments? So we need to find 6% of 490. Again, no difference here. Percent means out of 100. So we're doing 6 divided by 100 times 490. And we get 29.4 days. Now we can't get 0.4 of a day, so we would call that 29 days. Next wee bit then. Okay, appreciation and depreciation. So if something goes up in value, it's said to appreciate. If something goes down in value, it's said to depreciate. In general, houses appreciate in value and cars depreciate, brand new ones. Okay, so a balloon contains a volume of 200 cubic centimetres and is then inflated by a further 5%. What is the new volume of the balloon? It was 200 cubic centimetres. We're going to increase it by 5%. So we need to know what 5% of 200 is. Percent means out of 100, so do 5 divided by 100 times 200. Again, nice numbers with this one. You can do this one without a calculator. I'll keep just doing the same thing in my calculator so you can see it. So increases by 10 cubic centimetres, whereas for the new volume of the balloon, not how much it increased by. So it was 200. It's now an additional 10, so it's 210 cubic centimetres. Okay, car speed 60 miles per hour. As it approaches a bend, it slows by 25%. What's its speed around the bend? So we need to find what 25% of 60 is? 25% is 25 out of 100 times 60. Which is 15 miles per hour. Now again, it doesn't mean they're going round the bend at 15 miles per hour. They slowed down by 15 miles per hour. So we want to take that off the 60. So they went round the bend at 45 miles per hour. Okay. Next question then. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas bought a new car for 7,500. In the first year, its value depreciated by 20%, and in the second, by 10%. Calculate the value of the car at the end of the second year. Now be careful with questions like this. We need to do these questions one step at a time. So we need to do the first year and then the second year. We can't just say, all right, 20 add 10 is 30 and find 30%, because it's already gone down in value by the end of the first year. Okay, so the first year is 20%. So I want to find 20% of 7,500. 20% is 20 out of 100 times 7,500, which is 1,500. So that's how much value the car has lost in the first year, which means by the end of the first year, if we take that away, the car is now worth £66,000. Add an extra zero in there in my head. Second year then, second year it depreciates by 10%. 10% of 60,000, still dividing by 100, timesing by the amount. Which would be 600. Again, that doesn't mean the car is now worth £600. That wouldn't be very good. It means the car has what have I done wrong? Oh look, I've put an extra zero in here. Sorry about that. That again, as I was saying there, doesn't mean the car is now worth £600. There we go, there's the 600 I was looking for. It means it has gone down in value by £600. So the car is now worth £5,400. Try another one like that. What an antique teapot, £45. In the first year appreciated by 5%, in the second by 10%. We want to know the value of the teapot at the end of the second year. So in the first year, we need to find 5% of £45. 5% is 5 out of 100. Which is £2.25. So it's increased in value by £2.25. It was worth £45. So we're going to add that on. It's now worth £47.25. In the second year, it appreciates by 10%. So we want to find 10%. It's now worth £47.25. So we want to find 10% of £47.25. So 10 divided by 100 times 47.25. That comes out at 4.725. Just type that into my calculator. So we get the 4.725. Now this is money we're dealing with, so we need 2 decimal places. So it'd be £4.73. Remember our rule for a 5, which is halfway, is that we round up, so that 2 is going to get pushed up to a 3. The value at the end of the second year then, let's add that on. So 47.25 add £4.73. is £51.98. Okay, last wee bit of percentages then is how we work out what percentage it is. So if we want to work out the percentage of a whole, we always do the part that we've been asked for divided by the total. We times it by 100. If we're asked for a percentage increase or decrease, we do whatever that changes, whatever that actual increase or decrease is, divide it by the original and times it by 100. Okay, so we're looking at this one. A flat's bought for £60,000. It's then sold 2 years later for £65,000. I want to calculate the percentage appreciation to 2 decimal places. The first thing I need to work out then is what my appreciation is. It's now worth 65,000. It was originally worth 60,000, so it has appreciated by £5,000. I'm going to then divide it by the original. The original is my 60,000. I'm going to do 5,000 divided by 60,000. And to get it into a percentage, times by 100. Now, I've written this as a fraction. A fraction and divide are just the same thing. So doing 5,000 divided by 60,000 times 100. That comes out as 8.3333 and so on percent. I've been asked for it to 2 decimal places. That means 2 numbers after the point. There's my 1, 2. After that's a 3. So it's not going to change. It's just going to stay as 8.33%. Next one, car was purchased for 12,000. 3 years later, it was worth 99,000 even. Calculate the percentage depreciation. So actual depreciation is how much it's gone down by even. Can't speak today. Started at 12, went down to 9, so it's depreciated by 3,000. So I'm going to do my 3,000 divided by the original, which is how much we paid for it to begin with, times it by 100 to get it into a percentage. 3,000 divided by 12,000 times 100 is 25%. Okay, one more. Or maybe 2 more actually. Then we'll go for 2 more. Company has 3,295 employees. 1,290 are 55 years of age or over. What percentage are under 55 years of age? Okay, so 3,295 in total. 1,290 are over 55. I need to know how many are under 55. Let's take that away to begin with. 290. So there's 2,005 people under 55. My total is 3,295. So I'm going to take my bit that I want, divide it by my total, and times it by 100 to get it into a percentage. 2,005 divided by 3,295 times 100 is 60.8497. And let's round that to 1 decimal place, which would be 60.8. I just want 1 number after the point, that's that 8. There's a 4 beside it, so that doesn't change my 8. So 60.8%. Right, we've got one last question to do. Let's see if we can fit it in before I get cut out. Supply list is decreased by 367 to 1,284. What percentage has the supply list dropped by? So that's how much it's decreased by. So it's decreased by 367. I need to add these together to get my total, which is 1651. So we do our 367 divided by 1651 times 100, which comes out as 20.